Hi and hello. Let's get us live on IG. Hi and hello, friends. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, good people. It is Huddle Friday. I am coming at you for a little bit of the huddle. It's a little dark in here. Coming at you a little bit from the Huddle Live, getting ready to get ready. And we're getting together in about 2 hours to gather for our summer huddle. But I said I gotta come do my live as we come into the luckiest week. How was the luckiest week of the year for you people? Those of you all who are my astrological girlies that have been paying attention to any of the ethers, all the astrologers are like, what are you doing with this week? The 8th, the ninth, and the 10th are the luckiest days of the year. Now that we're at the end of the week, have the luck turn out for you? Did you do something good? Did you do something lucky? Was it worth it? Was it awesome? How did it go? How was your week? I am first and foremost, I have so many church announcements. So, coming to introduce myself and also give you a bit of church announcements. So, first and foremost, for those who do not know me, hi and hello. My name is Portia Michelle Oshimade. I am a business strategist, multi hyphenate, out here doing all of the things. My work in the world really is around empowering contribution centered leaders to do more good in the world, to look good while they're doing it, to have a good damn time while they're doing it, and to do it together in a way that fuels us and makes the world the kind of place that we want to live in. And I do that in a variety of places. I am CEO of the Cultivated Joy Experiment. That is my sweet little boutique business where it really is all about uh, dedicating myself to having us do business in a way that heals our relationship with the work that we came here to do, particularly by running businesses in a way that we're wired and designed. So at Cultivated Joy Experiment, we're doing a lot of having conversations around how you discover yourself. And in that self discovery, you allow yourself to be able to find a way of doing business that feels good to you, that heals your relationship with that work and that labor. And we do it in a variety of ways. We gather in the teachers lounge, to work on our businesses with office hours and genius bars. We have a weekly live series where I'm here to check in. And then we also gather in person as often as humanly possible. I have lots of gatherings to talk to you about theirs. We already talked a little bit about Teachers Lounge. We also have our Business Cousins community, which is a collective of those call to contribution leaders who are the ones who are coming to do that gathering. I also have to say as well that I am now Chief Experience Officer as well at Oshimari Learning, which is a center of learning and development trainings, cohorts, and experiences out to fuel those businesses of ours that we want to do that real good in the world. Really specifically targeting experts that want to leverage expertise in their business. We gather in cohorts to teach and train. They come and hang out with our business cousins at cookouts and co-works and things of that nature. But it really is all born out of this desire to circulate unconventional wisdom and the wisdom of lived experience and decentralize what college looks like for us entrepreneurs that are wanting to continue to resource ourselves and resource our businesses with the knowledge necessary to leverage learning, really, and all of those things. So I'm coming to let you know this because as I'm coming into today, one of the conversations that I'm wanting us to have is to do some shit that matters, as you can see here in the line, or else. I feel like with all of this lucky energy in the air, the real topic of today is about falling into and being convicted about something. You can hear when I introduce myself, I can tell you all of the things that I am doing in the world to make the world the kind of place that I want to live in. And I am adamantly spending time day in and day out focused on those things. They deeply matter to me. I am resourcing myself with the ability to do them. And I've realized that kind of out of my conversation for this week, not enough of us are making it cool to give a shit again. Like, can we make it cool to give a shit? To give a shit about our people, to give a shit about the things that matter to us, to give a shit about the world, and have it not be because we're so shamed into doing it because the internet told us that we have to care. What's the shit that you actually care about? You know, caring about people and places that really matter to me. And I like to say that I know that I'm assigned to the hands that prepared it. Welcome in, Parshell. That really matters to me. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about kind of the invitations in the sky for us to be thinking and rethinking and imagining that. But I'm going to start us off with church announcements. Church announcements, y'all. So many good things are coming. I literally have a list of them. So we have a variety of offerings for you to be able to fall into this summer as I am getting ready to plan for the summer huddle. I have all my events together, so I want to let you know. In June, we've got our first connection games actually coming up here next Tuesday, June 16th. So we do a little event called Spark Connection Games. Parshell and I, we host this with Oshimari Learning. We play a little game that allows us to have more sacred connection with really dope people that we think are cool. If you got a text message or an email from me to come and hang out on a Tuesday, it's probably because I think you're cool and I want you to meet other cool people. We will be gathering to do that on Tuesday, June 16th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Hi, AOA. Good to see you. And it's on Zoom, so come and join us. I have a link for that somewhere in the bio. We're going to be doing it every other month, so if you can't catch this month, save the date for our next Connection Games, which is going to be online virtually on August the 11th at that same time frame from 1 to 2:30 p.m. PST. Next in June, we also have the Power of Audio workshop. So I know quite a few of you. We have been having conversations with you all about how much we are loving audio and how much we are enjoying kind of the freedom and the ease that comes with using audio as a way to teach. We are pulling together a Power of Audio workshop that is going to be on Wednesday, June 24th from 10 to 12. Come find out about our favorite audio applications. We're going to be gathering the folks together for a free workshop. So come and join us for the Power of Audio workshop. That is what's happening in June. These are our opportunities to be together, as well as next Monday on June the 15th. We're going to, if you're local in Las Vegas, we're going to be joining our friend Brandy at the Cambridge Community Center to play some pickleball from 3 to 5 p.m. PST. So if you want to come and play some pickleball with us on Monday, you can do that. On Tuesday, like I said, we're going to be connecting for connection games. And then on the 24th, we have our Power of Audio workshop. Now, that's June. Come July, so excited. I just got confirmation that we are finally back co-working in person in Las Vegas. So July 16th is the date. We are going to be co-working from 12 to 5 at Corporate Co-working. We're so excited. Thank you, Tony and team at Corporate Co-works. We're so excited to be able to be there and co-working. Welcome in, Nikona. So that is going to be coming in July, as well as our summer lead magnet cohort is starting on July 8th. If your lead magnet needs a refresher, is your birthday July 16th? Is it July 16th? Naomi, confirm. Confirm. Are we a Cancer? Oh, the love. If you are coming and have any desire to upgrade your lead magnet, we are doing that work together on July the 8th. We've got a little cohort together for like 4 or 5 weeks. We're getting together. We're refreshing our lead magnets. We've even got some working sessions together so that you can work on that lead magnet together so that you leave the summer with a nice new clean lead magnet. You may even want to try some audio in that lead magnet. Again, that workshop may explore some of the ways in which you want to do that. So those are our July offerings. And then in August, our friends at Corporate Co-working have confirmed that they are the location for our Jill Scott concert tailgate. The Be Great tailgate is coming to Las Vegas August the 14th, 5 to 8 p.m. We are locked in. I'm so excited. We are going to be exploring this Jill Scott To Whom It May Concern album. We are going to be talking about how this time allows us to be planted instead of being buried. Welcome in, M. Gons 858. We are going to be gathered in community. It's going to be such a good time. I'm so, so, so excited about it. Come and join us. That is going to be on August the 14th, from 5 to 8 p.m. PST. And then also come August, and we come into Atlanta for our East Coast beginning of co-working cookouts. For those of you all who know, every single summer, Parshell and I travel somewhere through the South and Southeast. And everywhere we travel, we try to pop in, gather our cousins that are illegally in town, and do a little cooking out, do a little co-working, do a little hanging. And this year is no different. Our very first one is coming to Atlanta. We know it's going to be the week of the Christian Smith gathering, so it likely will be either on August 24th or August 21st. Dates coming your way. Please, if you are in the Atlanta area, we would love to see you. Shoot us DMs. Let us know if you're in that area. We will connect with you and see if we can't do a little key because we would absolutely love to be able to do that work with you. So very, very, very excited. I think there's one more thing happening in August. August the 6th, we're having our first in-person Genius Games in our new summer series of Genius Games, and that is actually going to be hosted at the RDA Museum here locally in Las Vegas. We love, 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 love our team at the RDA Museum. Shout out to Lucy. We've really, really enjoyed creating with them, and we are collaborating with them to throw a Genius Games in their space on August the 6th, which I also think the date timing for that's going to be somewhere between 6 to 8. So, so excited. You all will see lots of flyers coming your way for all of these things. But for my people who love me, my people who I love, I want y'all to save the dates. We're outside this summer. Again, doing some shit we actually care about. And you are someone that we care about. So I'm so excited about this. So thank you for letting me get my church announcements out. I wanted to get the events down early. I know that quite a few of you all who may be listening to this are Business Cousin Squad. Welcome in, Ross. Good to see you right on time. We are shifting the way that our Business Cousins Collective and membership is working. We are so excited about what those changes look like. And a lot of those changes mean in-person events local to Las Vegas. We're pickleballing at least once a month. We're having a card party at my house at least once a month. We're doing Genius Games at RDA, co-works once a month at corporate co-working. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to be in community around this conversation of doing good, feeling good, and enjoying good with friends. Okay? So don't say I didn't do the offerings. Don't say I didn't give you the opportunities because I sure would love to see you. I would love to see you outside this summer because we're going to be outside this summer. So again, as we kind of come into this conversation of doing something good, I want to give a bit of a frame for where this conversation comes from, and set what I'm calling the learning landscape. I've been learning so much from Christiana Smith on Instagram. Her handle is Possibility Maven. Y'all go follow her, consume her work. She is brilliant, and I've been learning so much from the content that she's been sharing and the content that I've been sharing from a variety of people around how to tell the story of the lineage of your philosophies and where you get the information that you're bringing and kind of what I am in response to. I took a poetry workshop this week with Vogue Robinson, and I guess writers call it the after. So this is my learning landscape after. So this conversation is inspired by Christiana Smith and Possibility Maven, by Clorinda Tivoli, and the conversations that I've been having in the Ever Uvi community. I also from the book Sky Full of Elephants that I have been obsessed with. I ate it, literally read it in one day. It was so freaking good. But this concepts here have been kind of whirling my girls, as well as Channy's monthly readings and Lee Harris's monthly readings. Channy is a very famous astrologer. Lee Harris is a pretty well-known channel. And I absolutely love his monthly forecast. I have been kind of allowing myself to sit in all of this, and this also kind of comes through a conversation around one of the review sessions that we did with our last cohort. So we've got this cohort called Expertise Activated, and a part of what we do in that cohort is really look at the good that people are out to cause. And last week we had a review session of the decisions that the cohort had decided about the good that they wanted to do and the people that they wanted to do it for, how they felt like they were resourced to do it. And one of the things that I realized is that it's started to become unpopular in business to be convicted about something, like to really say that like this matters to me and I'm all in about it and these people are who I care about and this is worth my life force. And I realized that with all of the kind of astrological moments in the stars, right, with so much of the planetary alignments happening in constellations and in placements that are asking us to reimagine how care looks on the planet. What does it look like for us to care for each other with our businesses, to care for our businesses, to care for the world? Where is care missing? There's a lot of conversation about at the moment in time. And I'm realizing that as entrepreneurs, there's this interesting kind of dichotomy happening where we're inundated with so much information that we're being asked to consider, but we're kind of void in having conversations about the shit that we really care about and things that really matter to us. And I understand that being in a time where it feels like survival is putting your head in the sand and just getting from one day to the next, I would offer that I think that the real opportunity for survival is to reevaluate how you take one step to the next. To really ask yourself, what's it worth and what's it for? I think that the powers that be in a lot of, energetics in this world would desire us to be distracted, overwhelmed, and unable to have the capacity to even care about ourselves, about our neighbors, about our businesses and the business and the people that we serve and support and help with our businesses. And I want us to really nip that shit in the bud this week. We have a gorgeous full moon in Gemini, or new moon, excuse me, in Gemini, which means that every single month we get that opportunity to tell ourselves a new story. We've had all of this gorgeous astrology earlier this week that was all about planting seeds of care, and that care, how those seeds are nourished in community, people who you really care about, having gratitude for the realities around you that are going well, and planting seeds for a future that you're wanting to stand into. When I combine all of that swirl in my head and think through what is the message that I really want to deliver with that, it is really about give a fuck about something and orient your life towards that thing. It in and of itself will give a juice back to you that in and of itself increases capacity. I think that we can get into this space of being so apathetic because we're exhausted that that apathy is exhausting in and of itself. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down there? Phoning it in every day, trying to just make it to the next is exhausting in a soul way that not enough of us are talking about. I was having conversations with people in cohort, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to do it for? Who really matters? And they're like, well, I learned how to do this in school, or this is what I could do, or like these people could be helped. I mean, I guess they're cool. Ah, I don't know that we've dug deep enough. Who really matters to you and why? One of the things that I was so excited for us to do earlier in this cohort, when we really looked at the contribution you're here to do, well, how do you know? What are your stories? I think one of the ways that we really look at that is sit down and look at yourself, look at your life. What has really mattered to you in your life? What are the things that have really happened to you? And how does it make you convicted to either remove some suffering in the world, help a group of people that really matter to you, help yourself in a certain way, solve a certain problem that really matters to you? What do you want to nerd out about? If you could really give yourself permission to care about the things that you actually care about. Because I think in some cases, some of us are in survival mode, and it's like I can't even care because I have one foot in front of the other, and I'm just trying to make it. And the thought process there is like, take a second, take a beat, and figure out what it feels like to get off of the hamster wheel. Give yourself one thing that you can care about, and be there. But for some of us, we are so inundated with what we should care about. I don't actually know who matters to you. And the truth is, you could do a little bit for a lot of people, but there are a certain group of people who you could do a lot for. And what would it look like for you to concentrate your energy, diving all in on that person or that group of people or that problem or that conviction, rather than just lightly spreading yourself thin across things that don't actually matter to you as much? Being informed and then having to care about every single thing are two very different things. And I think more of us really should be sitting in that. And then there's this group of us who felt like it's not cool to care. Well, when I cared before, I got my heart broken. So now my protection looks like I don't care as much. Or when I went all out and was very visible about wanting to do something really fun or share my creative project or put an offering out in the world that I thought would be really helpful, no one showed up, or somebody in my life said that it was stupid, or I wasted a bunch of time and a bunch of money wasted, I think, quote unquote, right? That I don't know that I got a return on investment. And I think that the conversation also of this week is re-invite yourself to the things that you really care about and try again. Good thing about following the moon and our conversations that we've been having are talking a little bit about new moon, and we'll talk more about the new moon next week when we talk about the summer solstice and what it is to kind of be coming into summer. But part of the reason why I'm talking about new moon and full moon and using these astrological transits as a catalyst for us to have some of these business leadership conversations, one of the things I love so much about it is it reminds me that we get a new start as often as we want to start. You can start again as often as you want to start again. Literally every 30 days, we get the opportunity to start a new cycle. And I think that when we're thinking through this week, I really want us to be starting a new cycle of what care looks like for us. What it looks like to care again, what it looks like to care for your community, how your business is wired and set up to actually do that, and pick the shit that really matters. Otherwise, what's the point? And I'm gonna give it from a business tactic. Look, I'm gonna be real. Basic and general business shit isn't really working anymore. And a lot of people that I know that made a whole lot of money on that back end are like, I don't even know what to do because I have built my entire business in the image of some of these Brad Chad bros or these boss queen slay ass ladies who've just said, oh, well, figure out how much your life costs and just attach a price to it. Or, well, you don't really have to know what you're doing. You don't really have to be an expert in that. Like, just kind of do this thing, right? And make it look like this. We don't have to worry about actually serving your customers. We just have to get really good at getting new customers. I don't know if you've noticed, but that kind of behavior is dying off in the zeitgeist. What people are wanting is real, raw, authentic ability to actually scratch the itch. Can you do what you say that you can do? Are you expertly trained, experienced, or resourced or talented enough to do that thing? Can you be convicted about it? Can you be clear and can you be confident? That's what's selling. My folks in the world who are doing that thing aren't having the same kind of troubles that a lot of the rest of us are having that got really good at marketing and not really great at delivering. Again, tough titty said the kitty, but I wouldn't love you. I wouldn't be your favorite cousin if I didn't tell you the truth. Welcome in, MCAP44. Good to see you. Thanks for coming and joining us in our Friday conversation. So again, when I'm talking about care, it also goes that deep. If you don't actually have something that you're super convicted about, then when we go to create the offerings that you do, you're in general bread on a shelf, Brad Chad marketing. And that shit's not gonna survive the next couple of years. I don't want y'all to be hanging your hat on something that isn't going to last. My good friend Susie Carter, when I was working in her community, she would always say, you want to build your business on bricks that last, not wood that rots. And I think that only getting good at marketing some general basic repackaged shit is wood that rots. Getting convicted about a group of people that you really care about and going all in on what it would look like to curate something that feels like a breath of fresh air, water in the desert, an alleviating of their suffering, a dedication to the walk that they're going to walk, and then taking a good portion of your life and your business to do that is always going to be worthwhile work and always going to be foundationally business savvy. That is bricks that last. So it's kind of a big conversation that I wanted to kind of share today. That it's been really sitting with me. It's just like I want it to be cool to be nerdy again about how much we care about people. Look a big cachet. Great time to come in. I want us to get back into that. I want it to be popular to be like, I love these people so much and here's what I did for them. I, care so much about this problem that I, popped in. Oh, Cachet. See, God bless you for saying that because I promise you, I probably have chats over here that I didn't even know I have chats. Can I see the chat? Cachet said, I came over here because no one talks to me on YouTube. Ah, I found it. Hello, YouTube. I found the chat. Y'all, I'm still learning this technique. Thank you for your patience with me. Hello, I found the chat. Let me see. Oh, goodness gracious. Again, I appreciate that y'all know that the thing that I care deeply about is not tech. So we give thanks. We give thanks. And thanks for making it over here, Cachet, so that we can be in community. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to make sure to say. Yeah, I'm tired of fake it till you make it. I think I'm over it. Like and I think you are too. You are too. You are too. Fake care is over, and I want us to use the summer to reconnect with our base, reconnect with the people that matter to us, reconnect with what matters to us personally. Also, reconnect with our capacity to care. If this conversation feels exhausting to you, I want you to spend your summer reconnecting to your capacity. Because if that's what's out, less of this, more of this, less scroll, more time, more nourishment, more filling of your cup than trying to give of your cup. So that the rest of us don't have to deal with the fact that you're faking it till you make it. I love you. I love everybody. See if there's anything else that I wanted to say. Ooh, very interesting summer prompt that I want you all to be thinking through. We'll probably be talking a bit about this on the huddle on Saturday when we get into the key of it all. Especially when we get into the afternoon and we start talking about soul work and leadership. But something I want you all to think of. What is the story of your liberation? What are some things that you've liberated yourself from? What is the story of that liberation? And why are you so passionate about helping people to solve that problem, to free themselves from whatever that suffering was, to alleviate it? Why does it matter? Really get connected to that answer. Why does it matter? And why does it matter right now? And is there anything in your business that needs to be adjusted to make more space to do that? Because this is also a shit or get off the pot kind of time. And I know y'all can feel it. I know y'all can feel it. It is like, I have this much capacity and there's this many things. I'm going to give my little bit of capacity that I have to something. It better damn well be worth it. Cachet says I'm a horrible faker. I see. MCAP44 says I have chills. I'm glad. That hopefully means resonance. And can we trust that when we do this, we will be rewarded? And I think that from an astrological standpoint, the stars are telling us that if you spend time thinking about these things, making these plans, adjusting your business to make more space, giving yourself more capacity, caring more about your community, getting into the local, you're going to be rewarded for the efforts that are in that conversation. And next week, when we really start to have a conversation about this new moon in Gemini, this conversation around Uranus and Gemini, and what the solstice is asking us to do, a new conversation is being started. That means a new set of rules, a new set of rewards. So if this conversation feels like, well, I did this 5 years ago and it didn't pay off, it might have been paying. You may have just been waiting for now, babes. Now may be the time it's paying off. You may have just been waiting for now. Don't sell out on yourself. Don't give up on your people. Now's the time to lean in. Now's the time to lean even harder. Okay. Those are my thoughts. We're here for a good time, not a long time, because I absolutely have to get ready. For those of you all who are joining us at 2 p.m. PST, so here in like an hour and 15, we're getting ready to huddle up and plan for our summer up ahead. And we're going to be having this conversation all weekend. So today we're together for 3 hours from 2 to 5. Tomorrow we're together from 11 to 5. So we can really key, chitty chat, kind of get into the weeds of what some of this is looking like. But that is what I want y'all to be thinking about. Truthfully, I really want you all to be thinking about how this shows up for you and make a new decision. Why not? You get to. You get to. And it's cool to care. It's going to start to become really uncool to not. And I think we can already see the writing on the wall of that, particularly in business. It's going to start to become a bad, profitable decision to not be convicted, give a shit, and go all in on something, you know? And care also looks like plotting and scheming for the people that you love and thinking through when I was on this journey, what would I have liked when it got hard? In the beginning, when I needed to change my beliefs, when I needed tips and tools and tricks to be able to get results. Care also looks like that plot and scheme. And so for those of you all who we need to do a little bit more overlaying and judging of that onto your offers, that's going to be tomorrow morning. So I also want you to bring that. Yes, Nakona, it is online. It is online, my love. I will, if you go to the link in my bio, there's a link to sign up. So just register there. Hop into the link on my bio, on my link tree. It's the very first link on top. Come on and register. We still have time. We would love to see you. And even if you have never planned for your business, or it feels like there's too much going on in my business, too chaotic to plan, when we get together to plan, it is not about, I need to make sure I yell about this later. It is not about getting together to write down a bunch of shit that you wish you could do over the summer. It's about looking at the capacity you actually have, what's already happening, and assessing what that is and putting a plan around it. That is what we do in the huddle. So that way you can go into the summer having done the strategy, so that all you have to do is show up and execute. Check and adjust as you go and enjoy the plan you created. It's really hard to enjoy a plan or execute a plan when you're replanning it every day. Ross says, being real with myself about what gets me going has been an awakening. Aha moment. Look, what turns you on? What gives the twala a twinkle? Just, just saying. What's twinkling down there? What's turning us on? And not from some odd, overly sexual lens, but from a place of, I am lit from the inside because of this. And everybody will relate to that differently. Those of us who are sacredly oriented, I literally feel it like a turn on. Welcome in, Peter. Good to see you. I was talking to Parshell earlier this week. I was just like, what is this thing that's happening to me? I was like, oh, I'm turned on by this. Like, when I get excited about something, like, my body feels it. It might not be in your body to feel it, but however you find that feeling, What is lighting you up about the work right now? And what really matters? I know Peter is my good friend in this, right? We like to say that the future of business is doing more good. I know Peter is out here in a mission to say, people, do more good more frequently. right? Be out here making the world the kind of place that you want to live in. And let's make that cool again. Let's make that the bedrock of business again. And particularly this summer, there's going to be a lot of opportunity to reimagine that for yourself and to be in the communities that really matter to you. Okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I pop off. Um, this summer, I need y'all to be doing more market research. I need you to also be in those communities that you're convicted about. We're going to talk more about that later on in our live series as we go through the summer because I'm always yelling about it. But summer is the time where the folks are outside. Go be outside with folks and go ask them what matters to them now. If you are a person who you know who your people are and you know who you're convicted to support, how much do you know about their reality today? When was the last time that you were in community with them and not to serve them, but to listen to them, to hear them, to care for them? All my cancers in the chat, Naomi and Peter, right? To bring care to them. But not even in the sense that you're caring, but can your caring not be, okay, let me say this a different way. Can you be in community and can your care look like deep listening, plot and scheme, holding space for, so that we have some more information about the way in which you may want to then take some action in your offerings, in your services, in your marketing that speaks more to the reality that they are having. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you, Spirit. That is that. That is that, and that is that. And again, for those of you all who are coming to Huddle and do your summer planning with me in an hour or so, I also want us to be thinking about that, right? Make sure that one of the actions that you have down is to do more market research. And not for the sake of figuring out how to neuro-linguistically make people buy things they don't need, but from a sake of what matters to them, what walk are they walking. If I was going to make a love letter out of my offerings to make it easier, better, stronger, faster, cheaper for them to walk their walk, what would I do? What could I shift? Oh, I got this lead magnet in something that people got to download and my people don't like to download it. Maybe I move it. Could be as simple as that. Could be creating something new. But I think if you are in this inquiry, the stars are aligned for you this week and the next couple of weeks, truthfully. And we'll talk even more about that as we're here every Friday, 12:12 PST. I am using the stars to involve us in conversations about business and leadership. So this is one of them. There'll be more to come. All right, my friends, have a fantastic Friday. I love you big. Yes, Emergent Strategy. Look, don't threaten me with a good time. One of my all-time favorite books. Read and read again. Yum and yum. DM me if you're an Emergent Strategy fan, because I also would love to have conversations around reading that book again. I have yet to read Loving Corrections, which is the sequel to Emergent Strategy. So somebody wants to be my accountability partner. I'm outside having a Palm Del summer. So looking for people to do fun things with. All right, my friends, have a fantastic Friday. I will see you back here on YouTube Live. Now that I found the chat, whoop whoop, and on Instagram Live. Every Friday, 12:12 p.m.-ish PST, we will be having these conversations. Love y'all big. See some of y'all for the Huddle. Have an excellent, excellent Friday, and see you soon. All right, YouTube folks. Okay. There we go. Happy Friday, people. Thank you for being with me. Loving you for real. I'm sorry that I didn't see your chats. I promise next time I will see your chats. Hello, Dr. Latoya. Hello, Parshell. I see Cachet. So glad that you all found me on YouTube. We're trying to move to YouTube. But as you can see, I'm still trying to get my tech together. For those of you all who are on YouTube, you get the exclusive. I just got a new computer, which is why I'm kind of looking at both places. It's my first time having like double screens. So I am very, very happy about that. But I also got to learn how to use these things because, now I have them. So there's that and there's that. Love y'all. Happy Friday. See some of y'all for the Huddle. Oh, now how do I end this? See? Okay. Shoot. Where's the button? There we go.